Kirby Joseph there to make the play. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Dak. Over the middle, it's Cup. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
It'll get forward to about the 42. Aiden Hutchinson, the former first-rounder, in on the tackle. On 3rd down, Prescott. That's down the field for Lamb. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And now it's 4th down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. And that is no good. He missed it. And they are not able to add on to their big lead.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the...
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll return with more of the NFC Championship game after this. Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
On 3rd down, they go with Gibbs.
This is a spot you just love to be in as a defensive player. I mean, you've got them backed up so far, you're not really fearing any play call, let alone a run. Sit a couple of guys back, keep the ball from being thrown over your head. Everybody else track the ball, comes up well short.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Cowboys offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Prescott now. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It almost feels in today's game, if you aren't a dynamic runner with the ball in your hand, you can't play. And I'll tell you what, Mike, that was never my thing. I'm not sure if I would have been as good in today's game.
So, we've hit halftime here in the NFC Championship game. We'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Which one of these two clubs is going to be Super Bowl bound? We'll find out in just a little bit. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Baltimore Ravens are heading back to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. It was a veteran quarterback, Dak Prescott, who had it working in the first half. The numbers boggled the mind. 5, count them 5 first half touchdown passes. That is getting near record territory. with a whole nother half still to play. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Both of these teams hoping to be the ones to lift the George Halas Trophy. Quarter number 3 of the NFC title game underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Throwing here is gone. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Now, Goff. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And he will score. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open, Greg. Easy chance to close the deal, and they do with a touchdown.
And, Mike, it just appears to me that's just a breakdown defensively. You can't allow a receiver to not only be so open it's an easy pitch and catch, but then to have the space to operate after the catch to finish that one off in the end zone.
The extra point, up and good. And the Lions are able to cut the deficit to 10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. We'll get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he has given the folks who put together our highlights a lot to choose from. Came out hot, has not let up. Touchdown pass after touchdown pass. The defense left grasping at straws, trying to figure out how to slow him down. He has had some kind of game. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Now a second down throw for Prescott. And that is incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a third down. Prescott. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down. The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Now fair catch called for and taken, and that sets them up in outstanding field position. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit offense heading out for their next possession. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Off the play fake, here's Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on 1st down. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for the...
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
I think the defense came in confident that they'd be able to get after the quarterback, right, Mike? When we met with them this week, they felt like they had a really good plan, some exotic looks, some different pressure packages, and it's worked to perfection. I'm not sure they thought they'd be 1 sack away for breaking the NFL record for the most sacks in a single game, but here we are.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Mike, it is not very often where I am at a loss for words. You know that by working with me. But let's just set this stage. They just allowed a modern NFL record 13 sacks in 1 game. I mean, to say this is absurd would be a dramatic understatement, and I hate to say it, but performances like this, people lose their jobs over.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Pistol now for Prescott. Sending it deep for Waddle. Into space. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
When he continues to play at this level, Mike, it just makes this team so hard to beat. It's the combination of leading both long, sustained drives and then being able to strike in bunches. It puts so much pressure on these defenses, and with the way today's game has gone, doesn't look like he has any plans on slowing down.
The big guys are on. Jumbo set here for 1st and goal. He's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. And this not going to work at all. He'll dive, get what he can. They're going to lose yardage on this play. Good drive so far, but this is a big hurdle. It is 3rd and 10. And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line, and now it is 4th and goal. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. Oh, he missed it from short range. A bad miss, it's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is.
You could see the body language of the kicker, Mike. Once it left his foot, he was kind of leaning. He was trying to bring that one back towards the middle. But that's the sound you dread as a kicker. It reverberates around the stadium, off the upright, no good.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Here's a 2nd and 12. Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. Inside the 10. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 82 yards. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field. And after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
The extra point is good. And the Lions are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 15. And not the best of returns. He'll dive to the ground and just give himself up. The Cowboys offense ready for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
I just love the creativity and what it allows when you have the skill set of a running back like this, that he can line up all over the field. In this last play, Mike, you see him line up in the slot, but he's really capable of running routes from all the different receiver positions. And for a running back to be able to do that, that is a huge weapon.
A handoff here, up the middle. Past midfield to the 45. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead. Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line is doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He'll go right and find his running back. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Auburn's kick is good, and the Cowboys will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Williams now to return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Goff to throw. Catch is made. That is Williams. There he goes again. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 78 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Saving his best for the playoffs. His 3rd touchdown of the game. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
The PAT, up and good. And the Lions have taken the lead by a point here in the 3rd. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. And he's going to give himself up, dives to the turf. Bit of a strange return there. We're going to start with very poor field position. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. Room past the 20. 16 yards on the game. And a quick 1st down.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Doesn't matter the level of football, Mike. If they can't stop it, keep running it until they can, and I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. Got to imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
Right back to him on 1st down. And how about that back bulldozing his way forward? A gain of 9 yards. 2nd and a yard. On the play fake, Dak. He's going to look deep. Going to Cup, and he will go all the way. Cooper Cup, touchdown Cowboys. A beautiful combination in the air there, the pass downfield, and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Prescott leading the Cowboys to the line for this 2-point try. Up the middle they go. And he gets in for the two-point conversion. And the lead bumps up to 7.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. He's got room to the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On 2nd down, Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They hand it to Gibbs. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. A 2nd down throw for Goff. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Dallas. What a spectacular take back for the score. You can stay in your own end zone and just take the touchback. Better yet, go the other way and get the touchdown.
And just a great heads-up play there, Mike, not only to secure the ball in the end zone, but then to recognize he had an alley. He's able to outrun the rest of those guys, and now he finds himself taking it all the way back for 6.
Now Aubrey for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, it's Williams. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. Finding space at the 40. Inside the 20. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 72 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and through. And the Lions will cut the deficit to 7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken around the 11. And he's going to give himself up, dives to the turf. Bit of a strange return there. They're going to start with very poor field position. The Cowboys offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains in the NFC Championship game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll stick with him again. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
His pass right side, caught by Lamb. A 19-yard pickup there. That's good for a Dallas first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now a give on the ground. He'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Cowboys. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll lose big yardage on this one. Trying to get to the edge, instead steps out of bounds well behind the line. 2nd down, Prescott. To the left side, caught by Lamb.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Here's Goff. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
The Cowboys offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Play fake. Prescott. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Prescott now. He'll locate Cup. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. He'll get this complete to Wiley, his tight end.
The drag route, we used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. They'll bring St. Brown in motion.